this huge show happening up here just 3 days away from SmackDown, presenting No Way Out live from San Francisco, California, the legendary Cow Palace. And Dr. Tom, I'm sure that you've been to the Cow Palace countless times.
Numerous amount of times. Why don't you show everybody you're watching, just see that maybe at No Way Out, that could also go to the winner, whether it's Brock Lesnar or Eddie Guerrero.
That's right.
I mean, obviously, Eddie Guerrero has a big chance to walk away with a lot more than that's worth at No Way Out, but...
no doubt about that, though. Eddie Guerrero, a huge opportunity this Sunday night at No Way Out as Eddie looks to get to the pinnacle of his career and defeat Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. But Dr. Tom, Brock Lesnar is a 295-pound animal. I don't think he's going to let that title go very easily.
Yeah, I realize he's not going to let it go that easily, but as Eddie said last week on SmackDown, he said, you're not going to be wrestling Eddie Guerrero. You're going to be wrestling Latino heat. And I don't believe it is the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And Eddie Guerrero's proven time and time again that he's capable against about going against any WWE superstar on the roster.
And we got a huge show today. Droz will be here. Taz will be here. Jamie by God Noble, who also has a huge match. And I think we're all looking forward to this one. This one is must-see TV. It's Jamie Noble against his, girlfriend Nydia.
What a miracle, huh? What a miracle that finally Nydia can see again. What
It
a
is a
miracle
miracle.
that, I mean, obviously it works in strange ways here, but Jamie Noble is a guy that I've known for a long time, and I don't think Nydia should take this match lightly at all, because Jamie comes from the trailer and he knows what it's like when he got to put the iron down on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, but keep your eye on SmackDown tonight, because there's going to be some twists in that match that I think everyone's going to look forward to seeing.
Twists?
Twists and turns.
Oh, and turns. Okay,
And turns.
now I get
Lots
it.
of twists,
Sure.
lots of turns, lots of things happening. Also, what else do we got, Dr. Tom? There, we got the Triple Threat #1 Contenders match. That's what's so cool about No Way Out, is that No Way Out, this Triple Threat #1 Contenders match, is going to determine the main event at WrestleMania 20.
So in other words, we have Shawn Michaels. No?
No, SmackDown.
SmackDown, yeah, I knew that's wrong.
John Cena,
Sure.
Kurt Angle, and Big Show.
Big Show. Well, why would I say Shawn Michaels?
Oh, because maybe he's on the cover of the new Raw magazine?
Yeah, very nice.
I don't know. So what do you think
about
about that
stuff.
one, the Triple Threat #1 Contenders match? And we're going to have Kurt Angle here to talk about that. Kurt Angle, he wants to get back. He wants to be at the top. I mean, Dr. Tom, where is the big... If you're a wrestler, if you're a sports entertainer,
Yes.
where do you want to eventually be one day?
Away from
Florida,
you?
besides Florida.
Yeah, Florida would be great.
You want to be at WrestleMania, and you want to be in the main event, competing for the WWE Championship.
How do you know?
Because that's the pinnacle. That's the top of the mountain. You can't get much higher than competing for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 20. Let's talk to a man now who's...
Uh-oh. Talk about pinnacle of your career. Yeah. I'm with you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell by the music, please welcome none other than SmackDown's elite color analyst, right here to bite this with Tales from the Hook, Taz. Hello, Taz.
Hello, gentlemen and ladies. Phil Spear, hello.
We were just having a discussion earlier. Josh is a metrosexual, Taz.
Yeah, well, I've heard that. I actually read that on the internet, so I heard it must be true.
The internet, eh?
Yeah, but that's okay, I guess, to be a metrosexual, Tom. It's more or less like, I think that's the deal where guys think you're handsome, girls think you're cute, and even animals enjoy your leg.
Ah, very nice.
I think Dr. Tom can fall into that metrosexual category, too. He's got some bling-bling representing. He says he likes to keep his nails clean. I think he falls under that category.
Anyway.
To Dr. Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What about you,
Thank you.
Taz? You know all about, manicures, pedicures. You're always getting your feet clean.
Well, yeah, I spend a lot of time at the salon, the spa. I do that. Here in Red Hook, Brooklyn, we have tons of salons for men. As you can imagine. I don't picture Tom. He's a Texan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not much of a big thing, but even Bradshaw now is getting manicures now that he's a Yankee.
Well,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, Bradshaw might be the proverbial sellout, as they call it. But no, Bradshaw's still, he's a Texan, but he's living north of Texas right around now, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
So listen, Taz, I heard that's where you got your mohawk and your beard from, was from a salon right there in Red Hook, Brooklyn.
Actually, I don't have a mohawk anymore or a beard. I have a goatee and I have a short crew cut.
That's
but
all
the
right.
picture of you on the internet right now has a mohawk and a beard.
Well, that's because, see, only at WWE.com do we have the finest and most up-to-date photos.
Very true. Speaking of finest and up-to-date, this Sunday at No Way Out, it's Lesnar against Eddie Guerrero, and obviously we have seen, just this past Monday on Raw, Goldberg says he is going to be sitting on the first row.
Goldberg has no place in the first row. Goldberg should not even be at No Way Out. And I'm telling you, if Goldberg decides to jump that rail, and especially after tonight, you see what goes down, and you see on SmackDown the mindset of Brock Lesnar. If Goldberg hops that rail, I don't know if he's going to be prepared for what he's going to be meeting, and that meeting could be a 290-pound former NCAA two-time champion Brock Lesnar, who's extremely dangerous and violent.
You know, Taz, let me just ask you this. I know you're on the SmackDown side of things, but do you think that just because maybe Goldberg's on Raw and Lesnar's on SmackDown, you're maybe a little biased, or do you think that just the fact that Lesnar's a bad son of a gun and Goldberg's not quite as bad as he thinks he is, that what kind of sways your opinion?
I guess I am a little biased, but then again, you know what? If I was Goldberg, I wouldn't be on the Raw. I wouldn't want to be on the Raw side either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No,
yeah.
But hey, you know what?
Seriously.
Hey, Goldberg, in my opinion, Goldberg started this fight. You know, at Survivor Series, Goldberg got in the face of Brock Lesnar, was minding his business. Correct me if I'm wrong. You, Josh Matthews, if that is your real name, was conducting an interview with Brock Lesnar. Am I correct?
That is correct. I was talking to Brock Lesnar about his match, and then all of a sudden here comes Goldberg from Raw, and and they had a little confrontation. Then, of course, it escalated at the Royal Rumble the next time that Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg were in the same arena at the same time.
And Goldberg, in my view, is a bully. He's picking on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's not bothering nobody. Brock Lesnar doesn't bother anyone.
Well, yeah, but come on. I mean, I think Brock's a big boy. He can take care of himself, of course, and Brock maybe in the past has been a little bit of a bully himself. And
oh, come on now, facade, please.
Yeah, Pasha. I got you, man. But do you really think that Lesnar can back up? I mean, I know he can, but I want to get your opinion. He can back up everything he's saying?
Yes. I think Brock Lesnar can really back up big time, and I don't think Bill Goldberg has a snowball's chance in hell against Brock Lesnar. And that's the bottom line because Taz said so. Well, and I'm telling you, I just really don't. And don't get me wrong. Bill Goldberg is one hell of an athlete. He was a great football player. He's a tough dude. I've never been in the ring with Goldberg, and I'm happy about that. You know, I've never wrestled a guy. He's a tough dude. He's an animal. But Mr. McMahon said it on Raw, and I agree with the boss. Goldberg, he's a lunatic. How is it that our general manager is a guest on Monday Night Raw, invited by the chairman of the board himself, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and Paul Heyman, the general manager of SmackDown, for his, on his night off, does the right thing because the boss says come to Raw and put Goldberg in this place. And what does Paul Heyman get for his trouble? He gets speared on national TV. And so people on SmackDown should be happy about this? No, it's wrong. I don't care how much of a scumbag Heyman might be, because he is.
Yeah.
But he's our scumbag. How's that?
Sad but true. But Taz, we've spent all this time talking about Goldberg, but we started talking about Brock Lesnar at No Way Out. I mean, is Eddie Guerrero being downplayed here? And I think that can come to Eddie's advantage this Sunday.
Well, it could come to Eddie's advantage. I mean, because Brock Lesnar has a humongous distraction, and that distraction is a 300-pound badass named Goldberg. Yeah, absolutely. And Goldberg is suspended. I mean, we'll just reiterate this now. Not only is Goldberg, he has motive to try and destroy this match and destroy SmackDown's pay-per-view and destroy Brock Lesnar, but not only that, he is suspended. Mr. McMahon suspended indefinitely Bill Goldberg. So now this guy's going to come to San Francisco at No Way Out and just do whatever he wants because he's suspended. But we have laws in this world, and is there any rules in this world anymore? I mean,
well, once you have a ticket, like Dr. Tom just pointed out, I mean, he's going to be there. He has a ticket given to him by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, I know he has a ticket. Okay, I'm aware of that. But he still now has basically carte blanche to do what he wants because he's suspended. What is he going to get suspended to the second power now? I mean, what more now? He's suspended. Now he has nothing to lose.
Well, I think, too, that if anybody jumps over the rail, and it doesn't matter who you are, and you're not involved in the action, you can get arrested maybe.
You can get arrested, definitely. You can also get very badly injured, okay? You don't want to jump railings. But getting back to Eddie Guerrero, and you're right, Josh, he is being downplayed here, and Guerrero is more than capable of becoming the WWE champion, But I don't think, even with the distraction, all due respect to Eddie Guerrero, and all due respect to Bill Goldberg, I don't think Guerrero can beat Lesnar. I think No Way Out this Sunday will be Brock Lesnar's night, and Brock Lesnar will not only retain the championship against a very courageous and very capable Eddie Guerrero. I think Bill Goldberg, if he does show up and he does jump that railing, because remember, he's still got to show up, Goldberg. It's not guaranteed he's even going to show up. How do you know he's going to show up?
We don't.
Right. Thanks. Good answer. But, but he's got to show up. And so, okay, I'm pretty sure he's going to show up. Right or wrong, he's going to show up.
Well, that's all signs point to that direction.
Right. They all point that way. So I think Lesnar's going to shine bright at No Way Out in San Fran. I think that Lesnar's going to retain his championship against Eddie Guerrero. And I think if Bill Goldberg decides to interject himself in this match, I think that Brock Lesnar is going to knock the holy hell out of him. I really do. I really do think that.
Well, we'll find out this Sunday at No Way Out.
I'm not done talking about this situation. It's a very big thing in my mind, and my family and I. We were talking about it over breakfast this morning and everything. I mean, we talk business here in this household all the time.
Certainly.
Absolutely. It just be that way. And, I just, I don't want people to think I'm knocking Goldberg, because I'm not. I just don't think he should be anywhere near our show. It's a SmackDown show. He's got a problem. He's got a problem with Lesnar. Take it up with Lesnar when you see Lesnar at WrestleMania. When you see him backstage, you see him in catering, you see him in the parking lot. You know what I mean? That's where the Raw and SmackDown, superstars get together, or at Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, and WrestleMania, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Right, and so far we've seen him have encounters at Survivor Series and then at the Royal Rumble, and now, like you said, Taz, Goldberg will most likely be at No Way Out this Sunday. So it should be explosive, to say the least.
And I think a lot of people, a lot of the SmackDown officials are nervous about this, because Bill Goldberg can cause some destruction, I should say. He can.
Well, again, I think Brock Lesnar's a well-conditioned athlete. He's going to be focused. At least I hope he's focused when he walks into the Cow Palace on Sunday night. Of course, Eddie Guerrero will be focused, and we know that if indeed Goldberg shows up, he's going to be focused on one thing, and that's revenge. Hopefully, it won't get too out of hand. Revenge
for what? Okay, yeah, revenge.
Well, I think it's just the fact that early on in Brock Lesnar's career, he did make an impact, and when Goldberg came to WWE, he was pretty much downplayed, and there was a lot of criticism on him as well.
And also, don't forget that at the Royal Rumble, Brock Lesnar came down, gave
Goldberg Bill Goldberg an opportunity to go to WrestleMania and face the champion. Yeah, I get that. I don't blame Goldberg for that. I really don't. I think Goldberg has motive, no doubt. I'm not saying he's just picking on. I was joking when I say, who's Lesnar to pick on? He's a poor little kid. He's not a poor little kid.
Right.
This is a dangerous, vicious athlete. But I understand, that Goldberg has a reason to get even with Brock Lesnar. If I was Goldberg, I'd want to do the same thing. But I don't know. I don't think that. And look, you know what? I mean, if I don't see SmackDown guys showing up on Raw pay-per-views, that's my only point. But whatever. Let's move on. Enough with this.
All right, we got an email for you, Taz. You want to answer it?
Yeah, I guess I'll answer it.
Sure. It's from Scott of Long Island, New York. How did it feel to commentate with Jim Ross during the Royal Rumble match?
It felt fine. It was it was cool. I mean, I had no problem with it. It was different than working with my regular broadcast partner, but different style. JR has a different style than Michael Cole, just like I have a different style than Jerry the King Lawler. I didn't find out about JR and I working together until that day, and I was cool with it. I didn't get any more excited or any more reluctant or anything like that. I heard rumblings that there was concern on JR's part, concern on my part, which was a bunch of BS, because we've worked together in the past. A lot of people don't realize that, JR and I have, in England. We've done a pay-per-view together, and I was really green as a commentator, and JR's a pro. He's been doing this a lot of years. I mean, 30-something years, JR's been announcing wrestling matches. And when I was real green as an announcer, and I'm still learning, we were in England, and I probably called maybe, probably 20 matches, and that was about it. And then that night, he put me at ease, and he got me through the show with no problem. And he's a bona fide pro, JR. You know, and him and I come from two different parts of the country. You know, I'm a Yankee, he's a redneck, and I don't know how people had to deal with listening to our accents out there. You know, it's pretty crazy, you know what I mean? But I thought maybe I was putting you guys to sleep. I had to put a little humor in there.
It was one of the funniest things I've ever heard, Taz. It really honestly was.
Listen, yeah, you got it.
Listen, before we let you go and play Jacks for the rest of the afternoon, because I know that's what you love to do. Taz,
I love playing.
He's in Jacks tournaments every Thursday. Do you know that?
Right. Yeah, no,
you know Jacks with the ball,
sure,
and
the
ball,
metal
and
prongs.
yeah,
Everything.
Yeah, Taz is like the champion of Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, no, I'm always throwing them against the wall. I'm always slamming up against the wall. Yeah. You got to, grab your yam bag before you throw the Jacks. That's the key.
Well, before we let you get to that, is there anything else you want to say about No Way Out this Sunday or SmackDown tonight? I know we're all going to see a bomb dropped about the Jamie Noble Nydia situation. Anything else that you'd like to say?
Well, that's a match I'm looking forward to. Yeah, we're going to see a bomb drop. That's going to be something to see. And also, I'm really looking forward to No Way Out with Rey Mysterio, Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah,
that could be the show stealer. The number one contender match with Cena, Kurt Angle, and Big Show. A lot of stuff unfolds tonight with that. That's going to be something to see. I mean, check this out. Before I go, I'm going to leave you guys with this. Here's the deal. The Cow Palace, which, Tom, I know you've wrestled at.
Yeah.
I've never wrestled there. Tom, you're really... have a cup of coffee. I'm begging you. Jesus. Am I that bad, Tom? I mean,
no, you're great,
Taz, we actually talked about that earlier before you came on the show.
Oh.
But go ahead and talk about it again. We're sorry.
Tell me what you said.
I said from the legendary Cow Palace in San Francisco, California. Dr. Tom, I'm sure you've wrestled there millions of times.
I said numerous times, yeah.
And then that was the end of it.
Sure.
I've never wrestled there, that's why. Anyway, it's kind of unique. Wow. It's kind of wild that the fate of WrestleMania's main event lies this Sunday at the Cow Palace, because we're going to find out who's going to be the champion. Will it be Lesnar, or will Eddie Guerrero become champion? And who's going to be the number one contender for that championship at WrestleMania? We're going to find that all out at the Cow Palace.
It's going to be smoking.
All right, on that note, I got to go.
All right, Taz, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Thanks to Taz for joining us here on Bite This. We'd also like to thank Taz for giving up his time last week to allow Victoria and Howard Finkel to be here.
Oh, he gave up his time for Victoria, and Howard called in from Japan, I understand.
Yeah, we talked to Howard. It's like 6 a.m. over there in Japan. Ooh. He was eating sushi and drinking sake, and he called us up, and we talked.
Drunk as a skunk,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
So we still got Droz going to join us, right, Phil? Are we still going to get Droz? Well, give us a call at 888-LIVE-WWE, Droz, hopefully, and Kurt Angle as well, and Jamie Noble. So we got lots to come.
You know, that Cow Palace, I think what Taz was getting at is it's a legendary arena, and it actually is just a big barn. It's like kind of the old Sportatorium in Dallas. It has that legendary feel to it, and it's a really cool building, especially when you walk in and you know the history behind it. Looking forward to being there Sunday for No Way Out. It should be very, very exciting. Have you said the number yet? You know, like 188? No, I did. 888 Live WWE. Give us a call. We're here on the instant feedback. Yes, the feedback is really going nuts. They are. Huh? This guy wants me to say his name. I'm not going to do it. What's his name? Oh, that guy right there. Yeah, I'm not going to say what his name is. Dr. Tom, I've had a chance to see the new SmackDown magazine with the current WWE Cruiserweight Champion on it, Rey Mysterio. Yeah, Rey Mysterio, man. That's a cool mix. Mm-hmm. Hey, Chavo had a good point, though, man. He should have been on the cover of this magazine. Why, though? I mean, why not? Maybe Chavo will get his time one day. No, Chavo will get his time, because think about this. If Chavo defeats Rey Mysterio at No Way Out, he becomes a Cruiserweight champion. Yes. And if Eddie defeats Brock Lesnar at No Way Out, he becomes the WWE champion, heavyweight champion. Yeah. Well, I mean, then they'd be but Los WWE they don't even like each other. Yeah, I know. Do you think that it would smooth things out if Eddie was a Cruiserweight champion if Eddie was the WWE champion and Chavo was a Cruiserweight champion? No, I don't. You think there'd still be resentment and animosity between the two of them? I know the Guerrero family, and there's been resentment and animosity since the time Eddie was born. Really? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That far back. Mando, Hector, Chavito, Chavo Sr., Gory. Yeah. All of them, man. They all have that attitude. It's a great Bite This. We're going to have Jamie Noble, as I mentioned. Who said it's a great Bite This? I did. Jamie Noble's going to be here. He's involved in a huge match Sunday at No Way Out. Kurt Angle could possibly be going on to WrestleMania to compete for the WWE Championship. And what are we, like 37 was last week, so we're like, what's 37 minus 7?
30. We're 30 days away right now, I believe, from WrestleMania 20, Madison Square Garden. It's going to be huge.
Huge! Madison Square Garden has a magic feel when you walk in, especially for WrestleMania 20. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things going on that weekend, too. The Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and you know what else, though?
No.
One man who will be competing this Sunday could go on to WrestleMania 20 to compete for the WWE Championship. You know who that one man is?
Well, let me guess.
Who?
Would it be our Olympic hero?
I believe it is. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kurt Angle to Bite This.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
How's it going, Kurt?
I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome. Are you looking forward to this Sunday?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Sunday. It gives me an opportunity to once again wrestle in the main event at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship.
Kurt, are you feeling all right today, man, or has it just been a long week for you?
Actually, my baby is sleeping right now. I don't want to wake her up.
Oh, please don't, man. I'm sorry. Hey.
All right, well, turn your phone down because we have a clip of your song, Kurt, off the WWE original CD, I Don't Suck.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, I loved it, man.
Are we going to play that, Phil?
Do we have to?
I have something to say.
All together now.
I don't
Suck! I don't suck! Suck! Suck!
Well, there you go, Kurt.
You guys had to play that, didn't you?
Oh, that was Phil, man. That was Howard Finkel especially requested it.
I'm actually giving out WWE originals as Valentine's Day gifts. That's what I'm doing.
Hey, not a bad idea.
I'm going to give it to all my loved ones. And
You know, I do have to say, besides my song, that CD is pretty damn good.
I thought so, too. I listened to it going to the airport the other day. It was great.
Yeah, there are a lot of surprise performances that, like the Dudley Boys, that was a good song. Booker T had a great song. All the girls, Lita and Trish and Stacy, had great songs. Obviously, Eddie and Chavo and John Cena's got the best song on there. But Rikishi did a great job. I mean, it was really cool. Listening to it, I was quite amazed at the talent that goes beyond wrestling.
Yeah,
And of
no
course,
doubt.
Rey Mysterio's song "Crossing Borders" is the official theme song of No Way Out, live this Sunday, where Kurt Angle takes on John Cena and the Big Show, the winner going on to compete for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. And Kurt, as a true American hero, have you seen the movie Miracle yet?
No, but I want to see it very badly. You know, I kind of I was inspired by obviously the 1980 Olympic team hockey team winning the Olympic gold medal, and I was kind of in the same boat because amateur wrestling is pretty much derived from Asia and Europe, and the Russians are always the best. They're the most dominant wrestlers in the world, and to go to the Olympics and beat them at their sport, it's quite amazing, and it's something that sometimes I pinch myself every day, knowing that I obviously beat the best wrestlers in the world to become Olympic gold medalists, and especially beating them at their sport. That's phenomenal.
What would the Kurt Angle life story be called?
The Kurt Angle life story. The Kurt Angle life story.
Very good. Yeah.
I want what do they call that, rights? Because I just pretty much came up with that idea.
Yeah, you got all the rights in the world, pal.
Kurt, do you have a question here on this sheet? I sometimes Phil does this to me, and then I get in trouble with the superstars of the WWE, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Any truth to the rumor that you're the next diva to pose in Playboy?
You know what? I don't think I have the body for it. If I did, I would, but I can't.
All right. Well, let's go to the phones now. We got Peter calling from Ontario, Canada. Peter, you're on the phone with Kurt Angle.
Hi, Kurt.
How you doing?
My question for you is, when you were making the transition from amateur to professional wrestling, I know a few of the people didn't quite agree with your decision to go pro. I just wondered now, after all the success you've had and possibly being able to go main event WrestleMania 20, I just wonder if those people have changed their outlook on professional wrestling and your decision.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. You know, amateur wrestling has always taken the back seat to professional wrestling due to the fact that pro wrestling gets a lot more exposure. And the amateur wrestlers are a little bit bitter because we haven't been able to mainstream our sport like football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and obviously the WWE professional wrestling. So because, you know, amateur wrestling is such a tough sport, I consider it the toughest sport in the world, mentally and physically. A lot of instances, my peers, my coaches, you know, any ambassador of amateur wrestling has always looked down on pro wrestling, not understanding the full capacity of what it is. Sure, there are tremendous athletes, but it's also entertainment. And now I'm seeing a lot more amateur wrestlers and coaches seeing it as an opportunity to expose amateur wrestling. Obviously, when Kurt Angle goes out there, Brock Lesnar, or Shelton Benjamin, and Charlie Haas, when they go out in that ring, people know where we came from. They know we're amateur wrestlers, that we're all Americans in college. Some of us, well, one of us was an Olympic gold medalist, not to brag, but people know that that's where we came from. That's our roots. And if anything, we've given more exposure to amateur wrestling than amateur wrestling has in general. And I'm proud to do that. Although this is a completely different career choice, this isn't the next level to the Olympics. This is a completely different thing in my life, and I had to completely learn a whole new way of technique and the whole psychology of pro wrestling. It was very difficult for me, but I had great coaches like Dr. Tom and Dory Funk Jr., so it came quite easy for me. But I'd have to say that we've done really a lot of good for amateur wrestling since we came here. And I think a lot more are going to follow us.
Yeah, I think it is obvious, by the way, we have seen Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas, and athletes like that follow in your footsteps, so to speak. But coming up on No Way Out and with this triple threat for the #1 contendership, going to WrestleMania, if indeed you do come out the winner, who would you rather face, Brock Lesnar or Eddie Guerrero?
You know what? I would have said Eddie Guerrero, but the way, the whole momentum that Eddie is getting, he's really on fire. And I don't know, because I know that either way, Brock Lesnar and myself, or Eddie Guerrero and myself, I honestly believe that we're going to steal the show. I think they're both very talented, well beyond what people could imagine. I mean, these guys have a knack for professional wrestling. They know what they're doing in that ring, and I think that either way, it's going to be an incredible match. And all I care about is that I go in there and win, and I want to win back that WWE title and win it for the 5th time.
Let's go back to the phones now. This is Beatrice calling from Toronto. Beatrice, you're on the phone with Kurt Angle.
Hi, Kurt.
Hi.
First of all, I just want to say you're amazing and you're such a big inspiration to me.
Thank you.
And my question for you is, what is the biggest payoff for being a WWE superstar?
I think more than anything, it's the fan appreciation. Obviously, professional wrestlers, as you've heard, we get paid pretty good money to do what we do. But I really love the attention that we get. I love going out there and performing and letting people see what my true talents are. I love going out there and not just wrestling, but improving my character and being able to be as charismatic as I can. I really enjoy performing for people, and if it means that I can make people laugh or I can make people excited about what we do, that's the biggest payoff more than anything.
Kurt, how's your neck doing?
Believe it or not, knock on wood, my neck feels better now than it did before my first surgery. I've been very fortunate. I thank God every day that I'm able to get back in that ring after the year I had last year. But I'm very happy with how I feel right now. I feel like I haven't skipped a beat since being out in November, and I'm ready to take on John Cena on Big Show, and hopefully this year it can be a much better year than last.
And that goes all down Sunday at No Way Out. The winner, of course, going on to WrestleMania 20 from Madison Square Garden. Kurt, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania coming back home to MSG?
You probably hear it time and time again, but, this is where it all started. And I'm so excited about wrestling in New York City, and not just for the fans at Madison Square Garden, but I know that this will be the biggest pay-per-view buyout ever. I know that this is the biggest event ever in pro wrestling. I know that WrestleMania 20 will break all kind of records, and it's amazing to be a part of it. If people don't know it, wrestling is back on the upswing again. People are starting to get really excited like they did back in 1999 and 2000. So actually, I'm fortunate and very excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. We got another phone call. We got Darby from Oklahoma. Darby, you're on the phone with Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Kurt. I knew you had talked earlier this year or earlier last year to Bret Hart about possibly wrestling him in the future, and sadly, because of medical reasons, he can't do that. But I was just wondering if there were any other past WWE superstars that you would ever fantasize about wrestling with.
Oh man,
It's really hard to say. I mean, I wrestled just about everybody I wanted to except for Bret Hart. But one person that comes to mind, and he always will, unfortunately, he's over on Raw, is Shawn Michaels. I think him and I would have incredible chemistry. People always have said that I have great chemistry with everybody, but I think with Shawn Michaels, I think that match would be pretty much, it would go back in the history books as one of the best ever. So I'd like to wrestle Shawn Michaels. Another guy would be Rick Steamboat, but I don't know if Rick's up for it. I don't know if he's past his prime. I don't know if he'd be willing to do it, but he's another guy that I've watched tapes, and I thought, wow, this guy's pretty incredible. I'd love to wrestle him too. And last but not least, I'd love to get Dr. Tom's ass in that ring and wrestle him at WrestleMania.
There you go, Dr. Tom. You and Kurt Angle, WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
You just retired Brad Armstrong a few weeks ago.
I sure did, thank you. But I tell you what, I've had enough matches with the American hero Kurt Angle.
Hey, let me just say, you guys, and I'm not kissing his butt or anything, but Dr. Tom is an incredible coach. The guy taught me a lot about what I do, and I want to sit in front of everybody, thank him for giving me the opportunity to be coached by him and to learn from nobody but the best.
Well, thank you very much, Kurt. I appreciate that. And, of course, a lot of people...
Oh, by the way, Tom, I have to mention your brother's name. Bruce Pritchard has also helped me out incredibly, but I only have to mention his name because he's begging me to.
Yeah, I got you. No problem. Very cool. No, I was just going to say, though, I had your very first match, I think it was up in New England somewhere. Not your very first WWE match, but your very first.
Yeah, and you lit me up, too, Tom. I'll never forget. You chopped me across the chest so hard I thought I was going to die.
Actually, I think I had that picture up in my office.
And you said, welcome to the WWE.
Yeah, I sure did. Thank you very much. Well, we'll forget about that, too, because WrestleMania 20 is right around the corner. And I know, once again, with a three-way #1 contenders match at No Way Out, you're looking to come out on top. And, again, whether it's Eddie Guerrero or Brock Lesnar, it could be a repeat from WrestleMania 19, and I'm sure a lot of people like to see that, including Brock. But we'll have to wait and see, Kurt. I wish you all the best of luck.
Whatever way it goes, I think it's going to be incredible. But don't count out, as much as I want to be a part of the main event at WrestleMania, don't forget that I think the MVP of SmackDown this year definitely was the Big Show. I think he really stepped it up. I think he's contributed more than anybody. And probably the hottest wrestlers besides Eddie Guerrero is John Cena. So, it's right now it's up for grabs. It could be any of us being in that main event.
Well, we'll find out Sunday at No Way Out. Triple threat, Kurt Angle versus John Cena versus The Big Show. But all three of these superstars must get through SmackDown tonight. So make sure you tune into SmackDown on UPN. Kurt, listen, thank you very much for joining us on such short notice. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, guys. Always a pleasure. Anytime.
Okay.
Thank you, Kurt. Thanks for nice words, too.
Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks. Take care.
That was very nice.
It was
gracious,
very nice. I think you should have taken him up on his offer, and it should be you and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 20.
Listen, Brad Armstrong's one thing. Kurt Angle's a totally different animal, man.
That's probably true.
Yeah. Just
Matt
like
from
you.
Cincinnati. Say it, Josh. I just said it. Matt from Cincinnati.
Say it, Josh.
Say it. Say it.
Say it.
I just said it. So there you
go. You know what? Listen. You know who your biggest fan is?
Who?
Howard Finkel.
He is?
If Howard Finkel ever had the opportunity to maybe come in and join us one time, I think that he would explain to you how big of a fan he is.
I would love that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see what I can do.
Maybe you should see what you can do, because, ladies and gentlemen, sitting right over there, right off camera, is
You mean
our good friend.
He's here?
He's here.
Where?
He's right over there.
Oh, behind that big
studio.
So
I'm going to scoot over now. I'm going to scoot over.
What?
I'm going to scoot over, and Howard's going to come and join us.
Howard,
Listen, Howard, welcome
I didn't see you over there. Come on.
To
Here, let's get over. Come on.
He's back from Japan.
Howard,
Here's Howard.
Hey,
thanks for joining us.
You were hiding back behind that big wall over there.
I think
Howard, get in here. Get in here.
Retort and rebut a rebuttal of a retort.
No, you can't call me a rebut. Scoot over some, Howard.
There you go.
Drunk on sake?
Oh, we did say he was drinking on sake.
Drunk on the skunk?
That's what he said.
Eating sushi?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's what people do in Japan. They eat sushi and drink sake all day. Well, we got a guy on the phone who's been to Japan probably a number of times. Should we please welcome Jamie By God Noble, as I like to call him, to Bite This. Welcome, Jamie Noble.
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
Good, Jamie. Listen, we got Dr. Tom sitting to my left. I'm Josh Matthews, and Howard Finkel's joining us this week. So we got a jam-packed house.
Good deal, good deal. How you doing, Dr. Tom?
I'm doing great, Jamie. I've been watching your progress, and I've been happy for you, and at the same time, been a little bit sad when I've been seeing what's been happening with Nydia. The Jamie Noble I know has always kept his women in line.
just I guess just time is catching up with me. She's out of control, man. That girl's got a mind of her own. I tell you that.
Yeah. Well, I've seen you have a mind of your own with a couple of them yourself. So.
Well, this Sunday at No Way Out, Dr. Tom is referring to, of course, Jamie Noble goes one-on-one with his girlfriend Nydia. Jamie, are you guys still boyfriend-girlfriend? I mean, what's the deal?
The deal is, she's just she's out of whack. She's an attention getter, and this is just one of her ways to get attention. Thinking I'm gonna take it easy on her. We wrestled. I had to wrestle her once before on SmackDown. I'm like, I don't know if y'all remember that, but I took it real easy on her and this, that, and the other. I ended up jumping onto Jerry afterwards, but I think she thinks it's gonna be the same way this time. Perhaps, you know what I mean? I want to take it easy on her. That I'm not as mad or not, wanting to show her. But it's gonna be a lot different this time.
Well, a lot of fans don't really know that Nydia can actually wrestle. Do you have any comments on that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, she's good. I mean, as far as if she was wrestling another girl, I mean, she's very talented, and actually I think she's going to be a really, really good wrestler once she takes that, path, full time, but against the girl, not against me.
Yeah, you're Jamie By God Noble, former WWE Cruiserweight champion.
That's right.
I don't think that Nydia stands a chance this Sunday.
No, she
Howard,
doesn't.
do you have anything to add?
Well, all I can say, Jamie, because I'm not all that close to the SmackDown group, I do get to see you guys once in a while. I've been keeping up with you and Nydia as far as how things have been going, and I don't know, wearing that blindfold Sunday, Jamie, might put you just at a hair of a disadvantage.
I mean, that's for her benefit. All I got to do is get my hands on her. I mean, sooner or later she's going to have to try some kind of offensive maneuver, you know what I mean, or try to take me down or anything. It's just be a matter of time before I get my hands on her, and then, it don't matter if I'm blindfolded or not once I got my hands on her.
Hey, well, Jamie, let me ask you this. I mean, you don't really have a problem with intergender matches as a rule, do you?
No, I got no problem. Y'all seen some of the stuff I did to Tori Wilson?
Speaking of Tori Wilson and Salo, have you seen the new Playboy with those two on it?
I haven't yet, but I am trying my best to get my hands on a copy of it.
Well, hey, we have an email question from Mike of Cincinnati, and Mike wants to know why are you referred to as Jamie By God Noble, the Redneck Messiah, at non-televised shows but not on TV?
Because I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I've spoke with Cole and Taz, and I guess I picked up the nickname because like By God West Virginia or West By God Virginia or whatnot, and I don't think just because it's God and stuff, and I just think, I don't think they want to just even get into it on TV or whatnot with offending people, perhaps. That's the only answer I could have. I think nobody ever gave me really a straight answer. They just kind of shy away from it, and I don't push the envelope too much about it.
That could be a smart thing, Jamie.
Another email here. This one's from Charlie of England. Do you think the Cruiserweight division should have more wrestlers involved?
Yeah, I think it should. I think one of the things that we're really missing is that there's always too much focus on one or two guys when the magic of this division should be the, how it goes, like anybody can be beaten on any given day. That's why I think, and we have enough talent right now to where instead of like, having one or two guys really in the mix, there should be guys like, anywhere from Tajiri to Mysterio to Paul London to Funaki, to either more outside talent. I think that I think they should have more wrestlers, but more wrestlers that are on TV.
Right. Let's go to the phones now. We got this one's from Rebecca calling from Connecticut. Rebecca, you're on the phone with Jamie Noble.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fine.
I was just wondering, do you think that the cruiserweights have been getting enough attention lately?
Yeah. I mean, you got to think when you say cruiserweights, it's a piece of the puzzle in the show. I mean. And the show goes from Big Show to Kurt Angle, the FBI to, Billy Gunn, Bob Holly. It's a big show. And me, myself, I've been fortunate enough. I've been on the SmackDown for I don't know how many weeks in a row now. And you always got Mysterio out there, and you got Chavo, just coming off this thing with Eddie, and now him and Ray got some issues. So for me to say that we don't get enough attention, I think maybe be a little greedy. I mean, because you got to look, we're just one piece of the puzzle in a 2-hour program. So it can always be better, but at the same time, I don't think we should complain.
Well, obviously, I think a man with your competitive spirit has enough talent to show everyone on SmackDown and everyone in WWE that you guys deserve more time and deserve more attention. And I think that, again, at No Way Out this Sunday, you're going to get a lot of attention by showing Nydia how to wrestle.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun this Sunday.
Yeah. Howard, as a Raw brand guy, so to speak, a Raw brand announcer, what do you think about a guy like Jamie Noble maybe even crossing over to Raw?
If Jamie came over to Raw, I think it'd be a welcome addition. One of the things, of course, we don't have in Raw that SmackDown, as you guys have been talking about, excel in, are the cruiserweights. I mean, we do have some people that can be classified as cruiserweights in our grouping, and one of the things that I'm totally always been impressed with SmackDown, other than the youngest announcer in WWE, is the cruiserweight division. I think Jamie would be welcome in Raw, and I think, Jamie, there would be a lot of mountains to climb if you made it to Raw. Not necessarily cruiserweights, but, you know, the challenges are there, and I think you'll subscribe sometimes. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, without a doubt. One guy you guys, and Jamie, you seem to lack to mention in the cruiserweights, who I think really is one of the sleeper superstars, is Ultimo Dragon. What are your thoughts on him, Jamie?
I think Ultimo, you know, I think he's awesome. You know, I think, you know, he's a legend, you know, as far as in Japan and stuff, and he had a good WCW career. But we've advanced, you know what I mean? I honestly think that, you know, when WCW, Malenko and Eddie and all them guys, they're all great and they're all awesome. But one thing what they had is they had time. Not just so much getting their little piece of the puzzle, but their piece of the puzzle was 15 and 20. And I think the guys like me and Rey Mysterio and, you know, new guys like Paul London and stuff, I mean, we all need more work and need to learn and stuff. But I think as a whole, we have elevated the game, and we just haven't had a chance to really get there and show it without, you know, crossing them boundaries that we shouldn't, so to speak, you know what I mean, because we don't have the time to push ourselves that far. And I think Ultimo's good, but and I got a lot of respect for him, and I admire him, but I think that we've advanced guys like Ultimo. It's just a matter of time before we prove it.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point. You have, again, like you said, just being a piece of the puzzle, and sometimes it takes something special. And again, I've seen the matches you've had with Mysterio. They've been tremendous. And anybody you step in the ring with, you make it a contest. I remember watching you in HWA. You and Chad Collier had a hell of a match that set the standards and really got you noticed. And as you found out, once you get to WWE, you need to keep that standard not just at the same level, but you need to keep raising the bar, so to speak, and do it by wrestling and telling a story. And you're one guy that's always impressed me by being able to do that.
Yeah, that's what kind of one of the things. You there?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, sorry about that. One of the things that get to me is, you know, time to tell a story from A to Z. It seems like sometimes I get put in positions where it's like, you know, bang, go, and you got to get to the point where I feel I'm real strong at telling a story and building a match and taking it to peaks and valleys. But you know, I just don't have the time. I don't, you know, I'm not ever presented with, you know, that 15 or 20 minutes that I feel I could go. So then, therefore, you got to start putting limits and boundaries just so you know you can tell a good story. And I think that puts me in a held back position.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go to another phone call. The phones are ringing off the hook for Jamie Noble. This is Ariana from California. Ariana, you're on the phone with Jamie Noble.
Hey, guys. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine.
Good. I wanted to ask, how would you compare WCW and WWE, and maybe which one you like better?
I like WWE better because they've gave me more realistic opportunities, and they've made me feel like welcome. You know what I mean? Like I'm part of the team. I'm here. I'm in the game with them. Where in WCW, I constantly felt like, you know, I was on borrowed time, and it wasn't a team-oriented atmosphere. It was every man for himself kind of thing. You know what I mean? And as far as the two compared, I mean, the answer, you know, it's obvious. You know, WWE, it's the, you know, it's like the, you know, Super Bowl. It's you don't get no higher. And WCW had its shining point, but it was, if a baseball team goes out and spends all of its money and buys every good player around, then they win that one year. You know, that's what WCW did for a few years. They took all Turner's money and bought every big dog they are. But in the long run, it's the grunts that survive. It's Vince and the Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angles and Undertakers, and, you know, so WWE is a lot more superior. You know, they got a game plan, they stick with it, and that's why we're here, and WCW is gone.
Right. I was just going to ask Jamie a question. Thanks for your call. Of course, the buzz is out for No Way Out this coming Sunday from San Francisco, Jamie. And in addition to your match, I'm sure you have more than a passing interest in the match that a lot of people are talking about, and that is Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. So let's get a wrestler's perspective. Who are you picking?
I really hope Eddie wins. You know, I would like to see Eddie win just because, you know, he's not that much bigger than me, and you know, it gives me more hope, more drive. You know, to see that they're going to take a guy this size and give him that opportunity, and you know, and let him excel to that level. And I hope that he gets to go the whole 9 yards and not just get in the match. I hope he's able to capitalize. So I don't know what will happen, but I'm rooting for Eddie.
We'll find out Sunday. Also, another Guerrero who's got a title match at No Way Out. The Cruiserweight title's on the line. Rey Mysterio goes 1-on-1 with Chavo. What do you think about that one, Jamie?
That's definitely one I'll be paying more attention to because, you know, for right now that's kind of my focus. You know, they could go either way. You know what I mean? Rey's been on top for a long time in this division, and, you know, Chavo's coming off a lost Eddie, but Chavo's been in the mix a long time with the big boys. You know, him and Eddie did all their stuff with Benoit and Edge and Angle and Ray and all the tag stuff. Then he come back, and you know, I don't know which way it'll go. I don't know which one to pick, but you know, I look forward to getting in the ring with either one of them. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I've had some excellent matches with Ray. I've never really got to wrestle Chavo on national TV, but me and him's hooked it up a time or two. So I feel that either one of them can push me to that level I want to go. You know, if the opportunity comes, so it don't matter to me who wins.
Right on. Let's go to another phone call. This is Rachel from Connecticut. Rachel, you're on the phone with Jamie Noble.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey.
I was just wondering, how do you feel about the storyline that brought you into the WWE?
You know, I think it's fine. You know, I thought that they did a real good job. Like, bam, they just blasted me out on the scene, and, you know, all of a sudden I'm in a position of, you know, possibly get the Cruiserweight title, and I did, and you know, they gave me lots of TV time. I thought it was excellent. You know, I wish they'd have kept running with it. I felt like they might have, you know, stirred away from it a little too quick. But other than that, I thought they did good. I mean, they got me, you know, like I said, I become more of a star in 2 months here than I did in the whole 2.5 years I was in WCW. So I was really excited and, you know, fortunate and, you know, happy with the way they brought me in.
Cool. Well, Jamie, this Sunday at No Way Out, you go 1-on-1 with your girlfriend in a match that I think everyone's looking forward to see. This is must-see TV, like I mentioned earlier, and you know, I don't know what to say. I mean, best of luck. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I wish the guy luck. You know.
Well, you know, Nitty is also a former what would you call it, roommate in Tough Enough with you. So you kind of have a little bias spin on everything anyway.
I no disrespect to Jamie Noble, but the way he's treated Nitty on TV the past couple of months and everything he's done, and you know, find out more on SmackDown tonight. What's going to go down between this explosive couple? It's like a modern day War of the Roses between Jamie Noble and his girlfriend Nitty.
Well said, Josh.
So, Jamie, I really don't know what to say about your match, except for we're all looking forward to seeing it.
Well, I appreciate that. I think Josh is a little biased anyway. I think he likes Nitty, and I don't think he's a big fan of Jamie Noble too much.
I don't think so either.
I'm a huge fan of Jamie Noble. His in-ring ability is second to none. But you know, the way he treats his girlfriend on TV,
he bought her a double wide, man.
Yeah, he did buy her a
double.
Yeah, I
bought her a lot of stuff, by the way.
That's
a lot.
All right. Well, I'm torn. I'm torn, and I can't wait.
Torn.
Yeah.
I'm torn.
Now he's torn.
I'm torn.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Tom swayed me. I can't wait to see what happens this Sunday between Jamie Noble and Lydia. Jamie, best of luck. Thanks for joining us here on Bite This.
Hey, thank you for having me, fellas. Y'all take care.
Take care, Jamie.
Goodbye. Well, we're going to try to get Draws, but he may be unavailable. Draws, you know, he's not doing so well. I don't know. I mean, what's
a little bit of the weather right now.
There you go. But we do have the Fink here, coming right back from Japan.
Sure, we'll talk a little bit about it if you want.
Do it to it, Howard. How was Japan?
Exactly. I think Tom is going to interpret what I say. What did you just say? What did you say in Japanese? I'll translate.
Shafanaki.
Shafanaki. We shuffle off to Buffalo.
Yes.
Japan was good, Josh. Absolutely great. When I talked to you last Thursday here, it was Friday morning in the States, in Japan, excuse me.
Right.
And, you know, I did everything I could just to keep awake, but it was well worth it because I had a chance to talk to you. And you and Victoria. Yeah, well, only my hairdresser knows for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But nevertheless, What happened was we had a great tour. We went to Osaka on Friday. You saw the package, I would believe, this past Monday on Raw. It was off the charts, and Saitama, as that's how we pronounce it, Saitama was just amazing. 20,000 people plus in that arena. The greatest reaction you could get. Japanese fans, as I mentioned last week, are very respectful toward the product. Take that, add a couple of ounces of excitement, energy, and dynamics, and now, why do we have this graphic up? I'm not in Japan. I'm not in Japan this week. I'm not in Japan this week. So that was last week, okay? Yes, and just to take a look at this graphic and analyze. Oh, there goes the graphic. Just about ready to analyze. But I just want to show you something here. Okay. Over my right shoulder is, I guess, a rabbit or a cat or whatever, you know, with a medal. There's no analogy there. And on my left side, there's a bunch of geisha girls.
Geisha girls?
Yes, I guess they're what you call geisha girls. And you know, and there's the Japanese flag. I just wanted to analyze that graphic, and I've done it.
Dr. Tom calls me geisha all the time.
But one thing I want to show you, and I'm not going to go into detail here, and I'm not going to touch that line either. The amazing thing, and I'm going to show you this because in Japan, the press coverage was off the charts. We had media following us left and right throughout the entire tour. The Japanese people have newspapers, of course, like we do. It's civil society. But they also have news magazines that come out every 2 weeks. And this is hot off the press, and if our cameraman can get a shot of this, this is just to give you an idea of the Japanese magazine that's going to be that's out on the stand in Japan. And this is the tour cover of Stone Cold Steve Austin when we were in Japan, the WWE on tour, and I know Tom is interpreting right now. But it just gives you an idea how the wrestling product is well accepted in Japan, guys, and how WWE was more than well respected and received. And I can tell you one thing, I know that our camera guys were there. You saw the package on Raw, and our photographers are there too, and in forthcoming issues of our magazines, I'm sure you're going to see some great photos. But this just gives you an idea how we were covered in Japan on the recent Japanese tour.
Don't touch my mustache.
Are you turning Japanese?
Don't touch my mustache.
Are you?
It's a very nice Japan cover for story of Stone Cold. Show Funaki. Oh, Show Funaki in the magazine. Funaki magazine. Show him. SmackDown #1 announcer.
All right.
Okay.
Evidently, there's a big article in this magazine on Sho Funaki, and I have to show this for Dr. Tom. There's a big article here. I gotta find it. I know. Josh, fill some time.
I've lost total control.
No, I took a Japan for you.
I gotta find it. Here we go. I got it.
We got a question. The guy on the phone wants to know why you don't announce on Raw anymore.
Because where's Guy from?
Where
is he?
Maybe it's Guy.
It's Guy. Is he French Canadian? While we're waiting, let me just show you this. This is Dr. Tom. There's a big article in this Japanese magazine on Sho Funaki, #1 announcer, and it says, Dr. Tom gave me my break. So there it is. That's the headline on the big article on Sho Funaki. All right. So we have a call.
Can I look at this thing?
What's his name? Freddie from where in New Jersey?
Fretback, how do you say that?
Freddie?
How do you say that?
Freddie, are you on the phone?
Hello, Freddie.
Hey, how are you?
Very good, Freddie. Where in New Jersey are you from?
Union, New Jersey.
Union, New Jersey, right by Newark. Know it well. You got a question for me? I came in for a question. What is it?
Yeah, I was wondering why you don't announce on Raw lately, because I think you're one of the best announcers that's ever been in the WWE, and I was just curious.
Certainly, I thank you very much for your kind words. Well, everything is based on change, and change is good. And one of the things that I guess the people above me wanted to do was change the announcing on Raw for ring announcers. And for the last 4 or 5 years, I have a very capable young lady in Lillian Garcia who's done the job, and that's fine with me. I roll with the flow, and I go along with what we're going to do to make the product better. But I still do get my ring announce time, shall we say, on the air when it relates to pay-per-views. And I still go to a lot of the live events and work the Raw live events wherever we travel in this great world of ours, as evidenced by being in Japan last week.
And you, sir, have been voted the Raw sexiest ring announcer by fans on WWE.com.
I know. That was an honor that was unbestowing of no one.
When I was a kid growing up,
thanks for your call.
When a new champion was crowned, it was always great to hear Howard Finkel. The crowd's going crazy, and the new. It was so cool as a kid growing up and seeing that. You're watching WrestleMania. Great
I
stuff
had it
going on.
in the South, but I got to tell you, Howard. When I saw the old tapes groups of WWF when you grabbed the mic from the Garden, and it was with that enthusiasm, and I don't think you've lost it yet.
Thank you.
And every time on all the agent reports, everybody talks about you get the crowd excited, you go out with that energy, and that's what it takes.
Let me just give you a little bit. I can't give you too much of a scoop, but I have a little bit of news to tell you today, and I'm excited about it because as part of the WrestleMania festivities that we're going to be having in New York City next month. In how many days, Josh?
I think 30. Am I right?
You're close. It's about almost 30. That's good. That's close. I got some information across my desk today about trying to be of assistance for the Hall of Fame event that's going to be taking
Saturday
place.
night, March 13th.
March 13th. And this is right up my proverbial alley because one of the things that I've always enjoyed about today is always good because which I haven't been here. Well, what camera am I?
Camera you
that one?
Come on, don't touch my mustache.
It's all you.
All right. Well, you know, one of the things that you always enjoy is what we present today and where we're going because the future is endless and it's going to be tremendously positive. But you never forget what brought you here, and that is one of the reasons why I believe the Hall of Fame ceremony / induction is going to be a very integral part of WrestleMania weekend. And I received when I came back today from my road trip, I received some correspondence that they want me to get involved in this from a standpoint of just trying to get the potential inductees all lined up, blah, blah, blah. And I got a peek at some of the proposed names based on acceptance. That's the only thing that we can't tell you right now.
Come on, we'll beat it at you if we have to.
Okay, well, that's fine with me. I'm a glutton for punishment. But I can tell you right now, if what happens does happen, and I have every reason to believe it will, and we've had some Hall of Fame inductions in the past, this one is going to be absolutely the best one yet.
Well, don't you think WrestleMania 20 deserves that? It's back at Madison Square Garden where it all began, and of course I think it should be a special night for anybody who's inducted to the Hall of Fame, but of course WrestleMania 20 is going to make it even that more special.
There's nothing like it, and I know, I say this not egotistically, but I say this from a standpoint of from my heart. I have enjoyed every WrestleMania. Nobody can claim that they are the only person that has been actively involved in. Well, you have a counterpoint?
Steve Lombardi can, and he does.
On air.
Steve Lombardi says he
Well, Steve walks on water. This is on air, okay?
Steve's been on air, he said.
Howard, we got a question for you on the telephone.
Yeah,
Alan from the UK.
Elian from the UK? Are you on the air, Alan?
Hello,
Alan. Hey. Alan, where are you from?
Hello. I'm from the UK.
Whereabouts? It's a big country.
Harrogate, it's near Leeds.
Okay.
All right, what's your question? Good evening.
Howard, I was wondering what you feel about being at WrestleMania 20 when you were at the first one.
See, the man knows what he's talking about.
He knows.
Well, Alan, thank you for your question. There is going to be no better feeling than getting to Madison Square Garden on March 14th. I've been at every WrestleMania. I've participated as an active in-ring talent at every WrestleMania. And the first one actually does feel like yesterday, to be perfectly honest. We had WrestleMania 1 in the Garden, WrestleMania 10 in the Garden, and now WrestleMania 20 in the Garden. There's going to be no greater feeling to step in that ring. The emotions, I thought WrestleMania 3 in '87 when we did it at the Silverdome was the greatest one yet, and that'll always stand out first and foremost in my mind with 93,000 people. I'm a pretty sensitive guy when it comes to our product, and I can only imagine what I'm going to feel like when I go into that building on March 14th and hopefully step into that ring and do my thing.
What are the chances of you being inducted to the Hall of Fame that night?
Well, let me put it this way. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. If it happens, a lot of people say, well, you get inducted into the Hall of Fame, that means you're done. You're over with it. You're out of here. Or you're recognized for your efforts, and then you move on. Well, I'm far from done as far as I'm concerned, but if I did get inducted into the Hall of Fame, I would be absolutely flattered. It would be an honor that would probably rank up as one of the greatest thrills I've ever had in my career with this company. I've been with this company for nearly 24 years, and I've been associated with the McMahons for nearly 29 years, and every day's a pleasure. It gets better and better every day, and we got guys like Josh who I heard Kimmel the other night announce as the youngest announcer in WWE.
Every week.
You got to. Well, I'm just going to put Josh over a little bit, okay?
No, he will not get bought over.
Never happens here like this.
Josh. When you're, and this is not an insult, but when you're at ground level, as far as your announcing situation, and you get to do Velocity, and you're on SmackDown, and we've seen you on an occasional pay-per-view, you do Bite This, that's aggression, that's aggressiveness, that's determination.
It's metrosexual.
Whatever you say. But Josh is doing a great job, and there's no question he's even going to get better as time goes on.
Do you live in the UK, Howard?
Do I live in the UK?
You got people
I thought
calling
UK stood for Uncle Cracker.
No. This is Martin calling from the UK.
See, at my age, I still know these people. Go. Martin, how are you?
I'm fine, Howard. How are you?
It's nice to speak with you. Where in the UK are you from, sir?
Liverpool, England.
Home of, Tom?
The Beatles.
40th anniversary. What are they doing? Before you ask me, let me ask you, what are they doing in Liverpool to celebrate the 40th?
We're having a big celebration in Liverpool. We're going to have the Beatles celebrations going on and stuff like that. And
it's a very generic
be a real
answer.
Showtime deal. Yeah. We're getting an arena in Liverpool soon, and hopefully the WWE will come here to Liverpool, which will be awesome.
All right.
You, Howard Finkel. Also,
now your question.
What did it feel like?
Say again, please.
At the UK Insurrection show last year, and Howard, I really appreciate the work that you do when you're at ringside, because I was sat straight behind you in Insurrection, and you are one of the hardest working ring announcers in the wrestling business.
Oh. That is very kind of you. Very kind of you. Martin, thank you very much. Again, everything that I do in that ring comes from passion that I have for this business, passion that I have for what I do in that ring. I don't want to sound like I'm egotistical, but I've been doing it. I've been ring announcing now for nearly 28 years, and I'll state firmly and without any conviction that nobody does it better than me. And I still believe that I have a lot of gas left in this tank when it comes to announcing, and you can call me a dinosaur, you can call me an old man, whatever you want to do. I still believe I do the very best out there, and it was great to be in it.
I'm sorry.
What did you say?
I said you got zero. No dinosaur, you got zero.
I got zero?
Got zero. You go to Japan, you got zero. No dinosaur, Howard Finkel got zero.
God, Josh, No, sit.
Sit.
We're going to stretch for 5 minutes here.
You got zero.
What is Godzilla? Is that like I got rhythm, I got music, I got zero?
No, Godzilla. You go Japan.
You've been listening to too many Blue Oyster Cult records, man.
No. Hey, Japan.
Godzilla.
Don't touch my mustache.
Josh, all I know, you got any questions? I mean,
God. I mean, we got stuff going on here. Dr. Tom has become Japanese.
That says, Bite This is great.
Yeah. No, that says some bad word to you.
I think, you're not going to be obviously in San Francisco. Boy. No Way Out's coming up, and then from there we go on to WrestleMania. What are your thoughts on the fact that this Sunday at No Way Out, the WWE WrestleMania main event will be decided?
Tremendous. I mean, it's a great springboard. With, first of all, you have Brock Lesnar and Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship, and I honestly think that we are at the point right now, and I kind of agree with Kurt Angle. Eddie is riding a streak like I've seen no superstar have in recent memory. I mean, he is definitely on what we call the proverbial roll. Brock Lesnar is still that immovable object, and he's still a very, very, very tough, cagey, and well-honed champion. That one's too close to call. But then with the triple threat match, with the winner of the triple threat match going into WrestleMania against whomever Eddie, and I just like how things are positioned for No Way Out. It's got the potential to be an excellent pay-per-view, and did you guys make your selections, by the way?
I make my sushi roll, like Eddie Guerrero roll in a sushi.
Ever since I've come on and talked about Japan, Josh, this man has totally done a 180.
I'm stuck in Japan. Don't touch
in my opinion.
Give me another phone call. We'll see if we can.
No, we done it. Japan all over.
Howard, thanks for joining us something like this. I really appreciate it.
Josh, I'm really glad. Dr. Tom,
don't touch my mustache.
How do you say it? Sayonara. Sayonara.
Days away from No Way Out live.
Who's on next week?
We on pay-per-view.
Zero.
Next week we got nothing for next week. Huh? We don't know.
We don't know. I can come back and we can talk Polish next week.
I don't be here next week.
I go No Way Out.
Josh,
tune into SmackDown tonight.
Yep. And one thing I also want to mention is, I haven't showed in a while, and I'm not going to show this afternoon. But one of the things I do want to mention about the Raw group, if I can just have some equal time here for just a second, if I may, producer. I know this is Bite This.
No equal time here.
Oh, you've come out of your cocoon there, Japanese friend.
I'll go back into it in a minute when you start talking equal time. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just want to say that, being affiliated pretty much primarily with the Raw group, I think that, the tour of Japan, again, just showed me without a shadow of a doubt that we have, SmackDown included, the greatest assemblage of superstars in the history of our business right now that is involved in WWE. Everybody gives, and gives more. And you know, if you ever have the opportunity to go out and see a live event when it comes to your area, believe me, you won't be disappointed. These guys and girls give their all for you, the fans, because you're the guys that deserve it. And I just wanted to say that, and I think it's a real good feeling to be a part of this company right now. And I agree with Kurt. We're on the upswing, man.
No doubt about that. You can't say it much better than the Fink just did. Tune in to SmackDown tonight, and then make sure to catch No Way Out live from the legendary Cow Palace in San Francisco, California. We're going to go eat some sushi. That's got to do it for Bite This. I'm Josh Matthews. Thank you, Howard Finkel, for joining us. He's Dr. Tom. Goodbye.